Hey, what's going on TikTok? It's your boy, Brother Leon. I want to come with part 3, and I want to give you the definition. Reconciliation means, in the dictionary, that we were once friends or we were once equal, but we fell apart, and now we're equal again. That's what reconciliation means. So, like I've said, when have black people ever been equal to white people when it comes to church? Because if that was the case, you would never have black Pentecostals and white Pentecostals. You would just have Pentecostals. Same thing with Catholics, black Catholics, white Catholics. Seriously. Same thing with apostolic. You got white apostolic. You got black apostolic. You got white Methodist. You got black Methodist. And the crazy thing is that we've allowed this spirit of racism for far too long. And this is the reason why I say that people that try to use reconciliation and try to use the Bible, they forget about those scriptures in the Bible that justify slavery, that justify and look at slavery as a social service. Because even in the Bible, in the Old Testament, if you were to buy another Israelite, if you were to buy a person of the same lineage and even race as you, during the year of Jubilee, you were supposed to let them go. So my thing is that people have adopted things from the Bible. They've taken things from the Bible and used them in the system of slavery. But they never use the year of Jubilee. They never were saying, hey, at a specific time, we're going to let these black slaves go and they can go and be free. No, they was making too much money. And the crazy thing is that you can't reconcile a relationship that never occurred. We were never equal on American soil. We were never equal when they came over with ships and took us out of Africa. But when we got here in 1619 in Jamestown, Virginia, they labeled us as nigger. They labeled us as black. When we were in Africa, we didn't have that label. So how can there be reconciliation? Reconciliation means that we were friends. If you were my friend, you ain't going to call me a nigger. You ain't going to give me a label. You ain't going to kidnap me from my home and take me to a strange place in chains if you were my friend. But the one thing that reconciliation, when you try to teach it from a biblical standpoint, it always leaves out recognition. You can't recognize the pain because you don't see it, because you're inflicting it. You don't recognize the fact that you were an oppressor. And then you don't also recognize the fact that you weren't my friend. So how can there be reconciliation when you never saw me as an equal? You saw me as soulless. You saw me as needing white Jesus to come and save my soul. And even when I was baptized and took on your God, I still wasn't free. So there was no Jubilee. So my question remains, how? How can you justify the teaching of reconciliation? You can't even sit up here and say that Christ can reconcile us, because Jesus even said, servants, obey your masters. So at the end of the day, man, something has to give. So I want you guys, man, to wake up and understand that this message, this Bible, this Western way of Christianity isn't for us. It will never bring reconciliation, because we were never friends with the Bible, we were never friends with Christ, and we were never friends with the missionaries that brought it. Peace.